Um, have we heard from Mr. Blythe?
No, I don't believe he was. I know that he was receiving offers, so he may not show today. Because he may just show to the front of the job, but just in case. Whenever I take him off, they show up, and when I don't take him off, they don't show up.
That's true.
So that's why I wrote has an offer on the cover sheet. So
Great.
just in case.
Okay. I just never see him log on. I wonder about that because he doesn't seem to be doing that. Some of the older attorneys have really, not all, but have resisted it. Here we go. Some of the Allens too, as a matter of fact. Let's see. Here we go. We have been live. Good morning. I'm going to let everybody's audio connect, but I will keep folks on mute because it creates too much interference. Otherwise, if you're on the phone, just please listen carefully because I will call on you shortly. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. We do have a lot of folks to see this morning, but we will give due regard for each person's case. I do want to give some brief announcements and let folks know, how things move through a municipal court. I also want to introduce Ms. Warren, who is here today. She represents the state of Texas. She'll come on screen shortly. And there she is. Good morning, Ms. Warren. How are you today, ma'am? Thanks for the smile. So Ms. Warren represents the state of Texas in the cases on file here. And that means that she represents the party that has filed the charge. She's here for the pretrial docket, and folks who have pled not guilty are on that docket. And I will create a breakout room here in just a moment to allow those cases to go separately for conversation outside the presence of the judge as appropriate in that particular setting. And we'll do that in just a moment. I do want to let you know that when you're given a ticket or issued a citation or you receive a summons in the mail, those are all legal, proper methods for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. It's an accusation. And when you give a plea, you're giving your answer or your response to that accusation. There are three options for giving a plea. They are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. I do want to let you know what those pleas mean and the direction that each of those pleas will take you. If you plead guilty, you're saying, I did this, and I moved that case towards sentencing. Normally in a Class C court, that means payment of fines and costs. We normally don't assess jail time in a Class C court. That usually a warrant can happen for non-appearance. A warrant can happen for having a court order that you then don't follow or meet your obligation to the court. If you're ordered to do something and you find that you cannot do it, you need to alert the clerk as soon as possible, alert the court as soon as possible through a clerk. You can email to us, you can fax to us, you can write a letter, you can come to the building and talk to a clerk in the lobby and normally get sorted out or figure out what you need to do next. But if you miss your court dates, you're subject to warrant. And also some of the better dismissals under state law really come under being on time. So I'll talk more about that in just a moment. But if you plead guilty, you're going to move forward. move that case, advance that case forward, and begin sentencing, normally setting up a payment plan, but that is subject to people's individual circumstances and income. So I will look at the information that you've provided. Now, the second option, be guilty. I'm sorry, no contest. Plead no contest, you're not admitting the offense. You're not denying the offense. You're just neutrally moving forward, allowing the judge to sentence without saying I did or didn't do it. No contest, not contesting the charge. And that's going to get treated the exact same way as if you pled guilty, in the sense that we'll move into sentencing. And there are still some dismissal options. I'll tell you about those in a moment, but guilty, no contest. The third option for pleading, and it could be the first, no particular order, is to plead not guilty. And when you plead not guilty, you are contesting the charge. Really what you're saying is, state proved the case against me, and you don't have to give an explanation. It's just a plea that people enter. You plead your conscience. If you want a trial, if you plead not guilty, we're moving that case toward a trial. So if you plead guilty or no contest, we move to sentencing. If you plead not guilty, we move toward trial. The first stop is a pretrial that's on Zoom, and that's happening today. We're about to start that docket in a short moment. And then there is a final pretrial, which is here in the courtroom. For anything unresolved, we come on in and see if we're heading to trial, see whatever else we might need to do. There are pretrial matters that need to be filed and things of that nature. And so that's a final setting before, as we set up trial, to go to a jury or to go to the judge to hear the case. Okay. So those are the directions that each plea will take you. And then if you plead guilty or no contest, still 4 ways to gain a dismissal. And let me tell you what they are, and then I'll just give you a brief rundown of how it works. Compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Now, compliance dismissals are things where the law says you can get a dismissal if you do bring the situation up to date. It's not everything you would think about. Some things qualify, some things don't. I don't expect you to know. I will tell you and walk you through those dismissals. For example, if you get stopped because you didn't put your blinker on, and lo and behold, your blinker's broken, you're written a citation for your blinker not working, and then you get your blinker fixed. You come on time to court, there it is, prove that it's been fixed, pay a $10 dismissal fee, case gets dismissed, and you don't pay it, and you don't get a conviction, even though, in fact, it was true that your blinker wasn't working. Okay, and our equipment is supposed to work when we're on the road. Okay, so that's an example. Okay, there are many, and I will not walk through all of them right now because it would take more of your time than it would be worth. I only see a handful of things that might qualify on today's docket. If that's your case, I'll talk to you about it, and you can ask me questions when it's your turn as well. Now, the second option is if you have a moving violation and you qualify for a driver safety course option and you successfully complete the components of that dismissal option on time. If you do everything if you qualify and you get into the program, you still have to finish it on time, and then you gain a dismissal. That can be helpful because it saves you money. For example, every ticket has a court cost and a fine. And I put those numbers together when I give you your number, okay? But in the driver safety course context, if you qualify, you only pay the court cost. The fine's going to go on hold. You turn in your driving record on time, the right record, the right class on time, and you get a dismissal. And that fine that was on hold gets waived, and it's still cheaper, even though you paid for your record and your class and your court cost, than to pay the whole ticket. Plus, you don't have a conviction on your record. So that's helpful. And if you qualify, I'll be letting you know, hey, do you want to do this? If you want to do it and we need to make some adjustments as to when you pay your court cost, I can do that. What I can't do is take payment plans on that. What I can't do is waive or do community service for the court costs because state law doesn't let me do that. When it's your turn, we can talk about that, okay? And then the third dismissal option is called a deferred disposition. It is exactly what it is. A deferred means delay. Disposition means to make final. We delay making your case final, and we do a dismissal at the end if you meet the requirements of your deferred, which is a document that will list what you need to do to gain that dismissal. The trick for getting a deferred in a Class C court is that you can ask either the prosecutor or the judge for a deferred. When you go to a higher level court, you must ask the prosecutor first before you ask the judge. And in this court, you can do both. So if you plead guilty or no contest, you can still ask for a deferred. You might wonder, what would that look like? Guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. And again, what that is just a written agreement to gain a dismissal, like a contract. You agree to do certain things, and I agree to dismiss if you do them. And we have to sign that document the day that we do it. So if you're requesting a deferred, you request it today, I'll need to get your signature before we get off the call today, okay? So again, that's one where you're supposed to make the request. I'm not supposed to ask if you want it. Long-winded legal reason for that, but that's why I'm telling you how to do it, is most people don't know. Just make the request when I'm accepting your plea, okay? Guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That's what that would look like. It's very simple. And then teen court is for high school, middle school students. I might have a student today that we're talking about it. Haven't seen him log on yet, but if you're in high school and I missed it, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to assume everybody here is not a high school student today, because I don't see, I just saw one that might be coming up. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I need to identify a few people, but I also see Ms. Warren, most of your docket is here today. And I believe someone labeled RH is Richard Hawk. Sir, if you could unmute for a moment, tell me your name, please. Yes.
Richard Hawk.
Okay, great. That's what I assumed. So I'm going to go ahead and start the pretrial room. And the way that works is I set up a room, and then I will send you an invitation to go to that room. You'll meet with Ms. Warren, whom I've already introduced. And after you meet with her, you will come back into this room before you log out, because I'll have some parting comments for you before you go. And you'll see that on your screen, Mr. Houck. Accept that, and you'll be in that room. Very good. Okay. And then I will begin, and I have a few people I couldn't identify. I believe, I just recognize, sometimes I recognize photos, and that helps. Gentlemen, LGBH760, you've got a headset on and glasses. I think you're Reginald Davis. Could you unmute and just tell me if you're Reginald Davis? You'll have to unmute. I can't.
Excuse me, I am Reginald Davis.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Davis. You're on a phone as well as a device, right?
That is correct, Judge.
Yeah, you're going to get some interference maybe, but sounds like you might have gotten it resolved. I just renamed you. Are you on the 214 phone call?
I'm on a 469 phone call.
Area code 469?
That is correct, Judge.
Okay, what is it ending in? The last three digits?
985.
Okay, someone else unmuted at the same time. Okay, great, we got you solved. Thank you. I'll be with you shortly, Mr. Davis.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And then I had someone named Skylar Hollister, and I want to say, Ms. Hollister, I think that you are Skylar Guerra or Skylar Guerrera.
Yes, I have not changed my name with DPS yet because
That's
it's been trouble to get in. So
that's okay. We will get you squared away, ma'am. I have you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to just relabel you so I don't lose you in the meeting.
Ma'am, it's SKYLAR, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's not going to change anything if I mistype.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make
You'll
sure.
log out and it'll just go back to what you had before.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you. And then I had some phone numbers, and let me go ahead and see if I can identify phone people. If you're on the phone, listen up, okay? Because I always seem to have trouble with this. If I say your number, I'm not going to give your number out to the world, okay? So I'm going to say your area code and the last 3 digits. 254-684. Could you unmute, please, and tell me your name? Phone number ending in 684. Moving on, phone number 254 ending in 390. Phone number ending in 486. Oh, there you go, 390. Could you tell me your name?
Jason Lozano.
Thank you, Mr. Lozano. You're my team court person. I'll be with you shortly.
Yes, ma'am.
Phone number ending in 486. What's your name, please? You unmuted. All you have to do is speak. What's your name, please?
Reynaldo Rodriguez.
Thank you, Mr. Rodriguez.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
I'll be with you. I'll be with you shortly.
Yeah, I was just trying to do the video thing, but I couldn't do it, so I had to call.
That's okay. You know, it doesn't always work out for everyone, and that's why we do both.
Yeah, I was a little nervous. But yeah, I'm here.
You don't need to be nervous. Just take a deep breath, but keep listening because it will be your turn at a certain point, and I'll want to speak.
Okay.
Okay. And then phone number ending in 168.
Ricardo Cervantes.
That's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we can get that resolved. Cervantes.
That is correct.
I also had you logging in. Yeah, that's what it is. You're on a visual as well as an audio. You're on 2 different devices. And when you unmute the phone, and it might work. I'm going to mute you because otherwise we're just going to. So it might work, but we'll see. You're on the pretrial docket, and we'll see how it goes. Ms. Warren, I see you back again before I've gotten started. No problem. Let me pull Mr. Houck's file. Lots of unidentified people happened today. And now I have that file. And Mr. Hogg, you can also unmute. Ms. Warren, are we heading to any kind of resolution? Are we heading to trial?
We are headed to trial, Your Honor, and I did tell Mr. Hawk to call back in because he couldn't. Okay. And so, yes, and I did let him know that his court date is on December 1st at 2 to announce ready for trial.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to advance you forward. Your next person is Ricardo Cervantes. He is on both a phone and a device. I don't know how that's going to work because there's a lot of it already happening.
We're unmuted.
Keep muting him. He keeps unmuting. Mr. Cervantes, you need to stay muted for a moment. Hopefully he can get
I'm
off.
sorry, I missed that. What do I need to do?
You need to not unmute for a minute. What you really need to do is to be on one device. It's going to be difficult to hear you. So, and now I'm looking.
Go ahead.
So I'm sending you an invitation to a breakout meeting, and you'll accept that invitation. Come back into the room when you're done. It should be on your screen now, and you click on it and go over. Okay. Where was I? Mr. Houck, just to remind you, you have a court date, December 1st at 2:00. We will see you here at the court building.
December 1st at 2:00?
Yes. It's
2
in your
p.m.?
It's in your written information that we gave you
Gotcha.
when we set this meeting up.
Okay, does this mean I'm dismissed?
Yes, you are. Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
And Mr. Miller, I want to go ahead and take the show cause that you have scheduled. You actually logged in first as well. I know that you aren't necessarily in touch with Mr. Pragine. I'm assuming we have the last address on file that you had. Is that a correct assessment on my part?
I have spoken with Mr. Pragine again, Your Honor, and
okay.
have explained to him the importance of paying this amount. I've also gone over with him the way to pay this remotely as well.
Okay. Did you by any chance let him know that we have options if he has an inability to pay?
Yes, Your Honor.
He was encouraged to contact the court.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. Your duty to the court is long since been fulfilled, but thank you for your time today.
You're welcome.
On the show cause, I have no choice but to go ahead and order a conviction for the deferred or the stop sign. Although I think you've done a good job for your client, there's no recourse for the court but to do so. And then I'm ordering that conviction to happen today. And then I'm ordering your client to enter payment within 30 days. And then on the other offense, the no license charge, that was already a conviction. There's been no payment. And therefore that case will head. He will get a notice that his case is heading to warrant if he fails to contact the court.
I'll let him know as well if I talk to him, Your Honor. Thank you so much for the court's patience.
Yes, if you have a current address for him, I just have one on Longbow Road in Belton.
That's the one I have as well, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I'd like to at least get the notice to him, so thank you.
Yes.
And we will actually send direct notices to him from here forward.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, Judge.
You too, sir. You're good to withdraw.
Bye-bye.
And Ms. Warren, I don't know how fruitful it was with Mr. Cervantes. There seemed to be a lot of interference on that double connect, but were y'all able to visit?
Yes, we were, Your Honor. Mr. Cervantes would like to proceed to trial.
Okay. Mr. Cervantes, we will see you December 1st at 3 o'clock. That is your next scheduled court date. Do you have any questions about that?
Yes, I apologize. Could you repeat the court date?
I will. It is also in your written literature that we gave
Okay.
you when we set up your meeting, but it is December 1st at 1 o'clock.
Gotcha. Thank you.
See you here. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Warren, you're moving right along. Your next person is James Schooley or Schooley. Let me find that. Schooley, yes. And Mr. Schooley, you'll receive an invitation for the breakout room with Ms. Warren. Let me find you in my list. It's a lot of people today. There we go. I wish it was my last name. Okay, and so you'll receive that invitation. Just a reminder to come back in this room at completion point. Okay, I'm going to move on forward and first talking to Cindy Flores. And Ms. Flores, you can unmute. Are you still in here?
Yes, ma'am.
There you are. Okay. Just one moment. Did we email to her? Okay. Okay, Ms. Flores, we emailed some information to you just before the meeting started today, and you probably haven't had a chance to look at your email, but I would ask you, can you look?
Okay, I see it on here.
Okay. So, and just one You are charged with the offense of assault by contact against a family member, okay? And just one moment. I always am gonna need that complaint. The complaint that's been filed. Just 1 second. The complaining person, the officer is Don Swearingen, but I need to get one more piece of information off that document, which I'm printing. There is just additional information that I'm required to give you by law, and I'm just going to go through that with you. Can we not pull it up? Okay, sorry, it's not on my screen. Gabrielle Torres is the complaining person. And how are we knowing this is a family violence case? Do you know who that is?
Yes, my child's father.
Okay. Okay. So if persons have if they are biological parents of the same child, whether they're married or not, whether they live together or not, Texas law deems that to be a family violence case. And what that can affect certain rights that you have under Texas law, a conviction or even a deferred can affect those rights. So I have a duty to inform you that the following rights can potentially be affected by an affirmative finding of family violence under the Code of Criminal Procedure. And this is on a document that we mailed to you this morning. Okay. And it basically says your right to own or possess a handgun or be granted a concealed handgun. Your custody or visitation rights regarding children. The basis upon which alimony, property division can be ordered. Employment in certain jobs, including but not limited to military service, law enforcement, and I would add medical positions. The basis upon which a subsequent offense of assault with bodily injury against a family member can be enhanced to a third-degree felony, and your immigration status if you're not a U.S. citizen. A deferred adjudication constitutes a conviction for purposes of enhancement, for purposes of these consequences. And so what I'm going to say to you is, do you understand these consequences?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. Do you have the ability to print this document where you are?
Not at the moment, but it's right in front of me, on my phone.
Right.
I can, once I get to work, maybe later on.
I may have to have you come by the court and sign them. Okay.
Okay.
You did request a deferred disposition, and I'm inclined to grant it. I have not seen you for this offense before, one. And two, my condition, though, is generally speaking, is that that I go ahead and order a anger management class as a condition, along with payment of the fine and costs, which is $296. Before we proceed, and before I accept your plea, you do have the option right now, given the new information that I've given you today, to pull your plea back, enter a plea of not guilty, and make a request to talk to the prosecutor and have her screen and review the case before we proceed. Do you wish to proceed forward with this deferred? And you could do so at a later date. I'm not taking it off the table, but if you wish to talk to the prosecutor before we proceed, you may do so. Do you want to visit with the prosecutor on the pretrial docket? We would schedule that today. Would you like to do that?
So I guess I'll have to be talking to him.
Would talk to her on a Zoom like this, on a Zoom meeting.
Okay, and when would that be?
I would set that for October 26th.
October 26th. Yeah, because I really wanted to be, dismissed. I'm really hopeful.
If you're looking for just an outright dismissal, the only way that can happen is if the prosecutor makes that recommendation. Okay. So I can schedule you to talk to her. I can't tell you she will do that, but I can schedule that conversation. Okay.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
so what I am going to need you to come by and sign this document. It's not an admission of guilt. It's just a recognition of the type of case. Okay. Because it does have additional, besides fines, it has an additional consequence. And you would also sign for that next setting. And I'd need you to come by this morning to do that.
Yeah, I would. I'll go as soon as I'm done with this meeting.
Okay. We'll have that at the front desk for you, along with this form. And you'll print and sign your name, and you'll get a copy of it, along with a copy of the complaint that's been filed. And then we'll schedule your next setting, your pretrial. And the other thing I'll do is you're not required to do anything with it yet, but I'll give you the anger management class information as well.
Okay.
Because the prosecutor may be talking to you about that too. So your best thing now, Ms. Flores, to do is to head on over, okay?
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Honor.
Thank you. Yes, sorry, whoops. Those two documents on the top one page of that, and also class information. Just highlight the anger class, and she normally does it 12 hours. So I would just put a check there just in case she decides she wants to do it. That can always wait to another time. Uncertain if we'll get there. Okay, the next person I'm talking to is William Graham. Mr. Graham, if you will. Good morning, Mr. Graham. How are you, sir?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I reviewed the information that you provided to the court, and I did want to just remind you, it's a speeding offense. The fines and costs, if you pay it, are $254. You've actually qualified to do community service or a low payment plan. But I also wanted to tell you or ask you, have you been to a driver safety course in the last year for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed?
No, ma'am.
If you wanted to do the driver safety course option, instead of $254, you would pay $144. We would need to also see your license and insurance, and then we would need you to take a class and get your driving record, both of which you could do online or you could do around town and through the mail on the record. But that would be a way to gain a dismissal of the charge. Do you want to use that option today, or do you want to proceed with a payment plan? I see you have a family member there. Is that a, hi, good morning, ma'am.
Yes.
It's always good when someone can help you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, were you able to hear me?
Could you repeat yourself, please?
Yes, I can repeat that. You may be qualified, it sounds like you are, to take a driver safety course and gain a dismissal. Are you interested in doing that? It will save you a little money and it will keep the item off your record.
Yes.
Okay, when we do that, we have to pay the court costs and they have to get paid up front. And those are $144. If you can't pay that today, I can give you more time. Are you able to do that today?
No, ma'am. I need more time.
Okay, look at the calendar or think about it. When could you make that payment?
Hang on a minute. My wife's looking at the calendar.
Sure, that's no problem.
How about the 15th?
The 15th?
That would be fine. I'm going to need a signature to do that extension though. Can you come by and sign for that this morning?
Can I do it this afternoon?
Yes, that'd be fine. You might want to go ahead. Can you go ahead and bring your license and insurance with you at that time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. That'll save you some time later. And what I'll do is have a note up at the front desk, at the clerk's desk, and you just come to the clerk's desk and anyone there can help you, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all head on over when you can, but this afternoon is okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect you, okay?
Thank you. You have a
Thank
good
you.
day.
You too. Ms. Warren, I know you and Mr. Schooley had spoken, and if y'all could, if you could let me know, are we heading to trial? Or are we heading to resolution?
We are headed to trial, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Schooley, we will see you here at the court December 1st at 1 o'clock.
Okay, thank you.
We will see you then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Have a blessed day. Do I need to, how do I do I just hang up?
You just disconnect, yeah, or I can do it.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Warren, your next person is Skylar. It's going to say Guerra, and she has had some trouble. She's had name change, but we don't have that yet. So it's listed as Guerra, and I'm just looking to send Ms. Guerra. You're going to want to get on screen as well as unmute and go accept that invitation to that breakout room. Just a quick, yeah, there we go. A quick call out. Portia Matthews, are you here? It's funny, it wasn't on the list, but it's in my packets. They have an offer. Okay, and then Caitlin Tarver, I don't believe you're here, but just checking. I think those are cases that are resolved. We're heading in that direction, but here you go, Madam Clerk. And moving forward, I would like to talk to Stenzia Monique Lilia Kobos. Ms. Kobos, good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
Thank you for asking. Doing very well. Surprisingly. Okay, and so I did review the information that you gave us. I had a couple of questions. We originally had scheduled you to come in to bring your license to us by August 23rd. Unfortunately, when you missed that deadline, the dismissal option went away. I looked at your paperwork and saw that there were actually some pretty good reasons why you might have missed court. So my next question for you would be, if you want to talk to the prosecutor about that, she would have to make a recommendation for dismissal at this point. And I can schedule that for October 26th, or you and I can proceed forward with your plea of guilty and do sentencing. But if you wanted to check in with her first, I would understand that.
Yes, I would like to, because I already set up an actual meeting to do the driving test as well. I did the course online. I just need to do the physical driving test, and that's in November.
Oh, I thought she submitted it. I have a note that you submitted your license. Was it a permit?
No, it was a driver's course online.
Okay.
I completed that because that's what at first we had agreed for me to finish, was to get it court ordered or to get it done online.
Submitted.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When are you scheduled?
November 16th.
Okay. Let me look at my docket and see when we can schedule you. Okay. So, okay, I see the confusion on my end too. Let's do November 23rd.
Okay.
I'm going to need your signature on a document this morning. There are two ways to do that. I can email it to you or no, I'm putting on the pretrial docket for 11/23 with a final on 12/15. Ma'am, I'm sorry, I'm talking to too many people at once. And so what I'm going to say to you is, if you can drop it off before then, that would help. But I need to get your signature today. The two ways to do that, I can send this to you. If you can print it, sign it, and send it back, or I'll ask you to come by the court today.
I can go ahead and come by today.
Okay. When should we look for you?
Afternoon.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just making a note of that, and we'll see you then. Okay. Don't
Sounds
leave
good.
it to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, her kids have been in the hospital, is what she told me. Okay, so moving along. Judy Howington, I saw you logged in a few moments ago. And let me find you. There you are, ma'am. Good morning. How are you, ma'am? Once you unmute, there we go. How are you today?
I'm doing better.
Good. I know y'all have been sick. And just, I know you had a question to go ahead and get more time to do community service.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't mind granting that. I wanted to see, have you found a place where you're doing the work yet?
I was gonna try to go to feed my sheep.
Okay. We also have a new list with new providers. If you want to drop by and get a copy of that, you certainly could.
Okay.
Have you been able to get any of your hours done?
No, ma'am. My son had gotten COVID, and then his father, and then myself. There was 9 family members.
Goodness. Yeah, I did get a note that y'all had COVID in your family. I have a new timesheet for you with that extension. And are you well enough? Are you considered contagious at this time? Have you been cleared to be out in public?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You can drop by the court and get a copy with your new due date on it, and we'll have the new information of the new places as well. Okay. Or I can email that to you if you can print it.
Do I need to go by and sign anything?
No,
today?
we don't need a signature for this particular.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you can email it. Be great.
Okay. If y'all just email that front, the new provider list. Okay, we'll send that to you probably in the next hour. Okay, Ms. Howington.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your patience.
Yes, ma'am. Continue to feel better. Take care.
Okay, thank you. Right, bye.
And so moving forward, and I'm going to say the last name. I know I'll get it wrong, but Jamie Magtejas.
Yeah, yes, Judge.
How do you say that? What's the best way to say your name?
Jamie Magtejas.
Atajas. Okay.
Yes.
Let me get that pulled out. I tried to say it out loud a couple of times even before today, but here we are. So your driving safety class was due, and that was due August 16th. We actually had rescheduled your show cause a couple of times, and you had asked for more time. I'm not able to give more time on those, but I can allow you to change this to a deferred, which would keep. Oh no, have I done the conviction? Just one moment. Let me check one detail.
Okay.
So I can change this to a deferred disposition. You would still have to pay the balance, which is $100. The course and so forth would not be required. I didn't look at your income information. I don't know much about that right now. But if you want to do a deferred, it would still keep it off your record. You wouldn't need to do the class and so forth. I would need a signature, and we would need to know the date that you could pay that for.
Is it gonna appear in my like
your record?
Is it gonna in my record already, Judge?
Not already, no. And it won't if we do it this way.
Okay. And then you said that I don't have to do the driving test anymore.
Correct.
Okay. Yes. And how do I do that one, like the deferred one?
You come by the court and you sign the document and you pay the rest of the balance, which is $100.
Okay, I can do that. Thank you.
Can you pay that today?
Yes, I can drop by the court today.
Can you make that payment today?
Yes, I can do that today, Judge.
Okay, we will have that at the front of at the court. Waiting
Okay.
for you. Waiting for you. When would you get here? What time?
I'll probably be there like around 12.
Okay. Good.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. 90 days. Okay. Moving forward. Alicia Brown. If you could get on screen, please.
I'm trying to get it. Okay. Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
You've been on screen all morning, so there you go. Good morning. How are you?
I'm fabulous. Thank you. How are you?
I'm very well. I did look and see, and it does look like, we're still on the community service track. There are 2 cases with no contest pleas on them. One is speeding in the school zone. It has a warrant. And the other is not coming to court. It's called violating the promise to appear, not coming to court on time. You've entered pleas of no contest to both of those. And I will accept those pleas at this time and order community service.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you had COVID and it sounds like you sound better. Are you better?
I'm better. I actually had it twice. So
yes, I have talked to someone who had it 3 times recently. And it sounds pretty tough.
Second wasn't as bad as the first, but yes, it was tough.
Yes. I'm gonna order 43 hours.
Okay.
And I did notice, I got you right. Yes, you have 2 children. They are a little bit older, but still, I'm sure you have to be home at times. So I'm gonna give you, we're gonna just start with 60 days. Do December 7th. Now, if you wind up needing more time, you'll apply to the court for an extension on or before the due date of the 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
If you want more time, it is very advisable that you bring me what you've done, okay? And tell me where you're going. And that way, if there's a problem with anything, I can troubleshoot it. And then I can also see how much more time you might need just by how much time you've been able to do. Okay?
I don't live in Temple. Do you have a list of places that I'm able to do it at? Okay.
Let me explain how that works. So I will take community service from any nonprofit in the state.
Okay.
And there's what I'm going to give you is a list of places. We'll email this to you. A list of places where you can do the work. They're all local. But if they're in your community, you can use that. That's good to go. And then there'll be instructions, an instruction list. It's like this on the top. And it tells you what to do if you're in a different community, namely to find a nonprofit in your community where you can do the work.
Okay.
And it just kind of gives you those rules. And then there'll be a timesheet. So we'll email all this to you. I need your signature on one of the pages. Can you print it and sign it and email it back either through a scan or through a photo?
I don't have access to a printer, but if I can, I will be in Temple on Thursday.
Okay.
I mean, I can come into the court physically and do it. Otherwise, I don't have an ability to do it without a printer.
Yeah, we can do that. We can email you the information, and because it's community service, it's effective today, whether you've signed it or not.
Okay.
And then just come by when you're here and sign.
Well, my timesheet, can I pick up all that paperwork there when I go on Thursday?
Yeah, we can print it here at the court.
Perfect.
Okay, sounds good. We'll see you then, okay?
Thank you so much. You're beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
That.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Positive stuff. Very sweet of people. Moving forward, Chantal Garrett Ms. Garrett? Can you unmute and visit with us, please?
Hello, Judge.
Morning, ma'am. I do have your new violation as a failed to yield at a stop intersection.
Yes, ma'am.
You're on time to court, so I did want to run it by you first and just check in. You could do driver safety course option on that charge with a proper license. I would have to collect the 144, and I could give you time if you needed time to do that. Otherwise, I'm prepared to order community service on that offense as well. So it's kind of which one do you want to do?
I think I would do community service because the insurance for me is like kind of questionable sometimes. So I didn't want it to lapse and me not be able to do the driver's course. So I think the best option is the community service for me.
Okay.
If that's okay with the judge?
Yeah, that's fine. I've got your other cases with community service due November 11th. And what I'm going to do is add these hours to those hours and then just push it out further to give you.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And so just let me make that adjustment.
Yes, ma'am.
It turns into 94 hours.
Okay.
With a due date. Have you done some hours for us yet?
Ma'am, I found a new place. It's called Love in Christ. It works better with me. They do it at nighttime. So now I have 22 hours. So I'm moving along.
Okay, great. And it sounds like they're a nonprofit.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've checked that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. And you've got about 22 hours?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. How long have you been working with them?
I just switched from, I think our court date last time when I asked for more, because you told me to switch from, I was doing CTLC, but my timing and their timing wasn't right. So I switched to them. So about a week now, I would say.
Okay, so you're bumping along.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to go ahead and give you January 4th.
Yes, ma'am.
As a due date. And if you get it done earlier, and it sounds like you might, well, so much the easier for you. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and give you that extension and we'll email. Are we emailing to you, Ms. Garrett, or are you dropping by the court?
Emailing, I can do either or, but I'm getting every email that y'all send me.
Okay. Can you print out a timesheet?
No, I don't have that, so I can stop by.
Okay. But we'll have a printed out copy for you at the front.
Okay.
Okay. And well, you know, if you need a copy, that's where to go. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Ms. Warren, I see that you're ready and you were visiting with Ms. I know it's actually Hollister, but Ms. Guerra for purposes of our file. And do we have resolution or are we heading to trial?
Yes, Your Honor, there's a resolution. Ms. Guerrero is going to take a defensive driving course.
Okay.
And she can pay the 144 by October 8th, which is Friday.
Yes. Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to need you to sign for that extension today. And I see you live in Temple. Can you come by the court today? And if you're able to bring license and insurance with you at that time, can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And if you'll bring that by and they'll extend you to do the final payment. If you get all your paperwork today, you won't have to come back in. You'll just be able to pay online. Talk to the clerk about how to do that.
Okay.
I'm just making a note. It's for them to discuss the options for paying online. But we want your signature today, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
And thank you, Ms. Warren. Have
You're
a great
welcome.
day.
Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Thank you.
shortly.
Sounds great.
Ms. Warren, I've actually drawn the conclusion that your docket is complete today.
Okay.
So you are good to go, and we thank you for your time.
Thank you, Your Honor. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I'm moving forward then with Reginald Davis. And Mr. Davis, good morning. How are you, sir? Sorry, you'll have to unmute. Let me just give you a little cue there.
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Your Honor?
Thank you for asking. I'm doing just fine. I wanted to let you know that I did receive the information you gave me, and you qualify to do community service instead of payment. And I am accepting your plea of no contest. And unless you object, I'm making the order that you do community service instead of payment. And that would be, yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. I would like to continue on the same way I plead.
Okay. And so that would be 13 hours of community service. I would give you 60 days to complete that. That's
Yes, ma'am.
12, that's December 7th. And I see you're in Garland. So I know you were listening, but I will accept community service in your community. I'm going to email information to you that will include the note that says I will accept community service from any nonprofit in the state of Texas.
Yes,
okay. And just
Yes, ma'am.
confirm that they're a nonprofit before you get started so that you don't wind up on the wrong side of that. And any nonprofit is acceptable as long as they're registered with the state. They should be able to show you that. Okay. I'm going to email
Yes, ma'am.
my community service list to you, plus the instructions and a timesheet, and then a waiver form. And I need to get your signature on the waiver form. Can you sign it today and send it back?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Do you have a way to do that electronically?
Yes, ma'am. I probably can come. I can come into your office probably tomorrow and get it because I'll be
Okay.
in Temple tomorrow.
Okay, we can do it that way. It's just effective today that you have this these hours due as payment. And then if you swing by tomorrow for signature, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm just making a note in your file.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
we'll email you the information.
Great.
Okay. Do you have any questions, Mr. Davis?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And then moving forward, Jason Lozano, and I know you're on the phone, Jason. If you could unmute. Mr. Lozano, great. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Yes.
Okay, great. I did receive your plea of guilty on the charge of no driver's license. I also received information that you're a student, and I wanted to ask you, are you in the process of getting your license?
Yes. Well, I was actually gonna sign up to like the driver's ed, but that's when the whole pandemic started.
Right. Well, people are still getting licenses in spite of the pandemic. So, and you don't get to drive until you have one, right?
Mhm. Yes, ma'am.
Are you signed up to go do it now, or are you just not signed up at all?
I haven't signed up.
Okay, we can do teen court, and there's a $20 teen court fee. And if you do teen court, you gain a dismissal. You are going to have to do a driving course. Give me one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
The driving course, you know, if you go get signed up with a place and they're going to make you take a course, I will accept that course.
Mhm.
You know, do you satisfy the attendance requirements to be engaged in getting a driver's license with your school?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll take a regular driving safety course or the driving ed course.
Okay. So I can
Either
do like
one.
either one.
Yeah, you can take one, the driving safety course online at your own expense. Or if you're going to go ahead and take your driving ed course, you can do that. But you're going to have a short timetable. I need that by December 7th.
Yes, ma'am.
And a $20 fee, which I need you to come by the court and pay today in cash. Can you come pay that fee today in cash?
Yes, ma'am. I can do that today.
Okay, and then you'll sign off on your paperwork while you're here. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
When are you coming by?
Like 12.
Okay, that will work. We'll have it here for you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And this will get a dismissal. Keep it off your record, which is important if you want a license, because if you get a conviction right now, they might not let you have one till you're older.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, don't keep driving until you're lawfully driving, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I will.
Okay, all right. We will see you at the front desk at the court, okay?
Okay.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
And I am looking to talk to Reginald Rodriguez. I saw you signed in earlier. There you are. You're on the phone. Can you unmute and talk to me? Morning, Mr. Rodriguez. How are you, sir?
How are you doing, Your Honor? It's Reynaldo Rodriguez.
Yes, hi. I did
Hi, how you
receive-
doing?
Yeah, I'm okay. I received your pleas of guilty on the 2 charges for no DL
Mhm.
and for speeding. And you
Yes, ma'am.
requested $100 a month payment plan. I'm actually showing the more appropriate thing would be for us to do community service.
Well, I just took another part-time so like I can try to, get all these bills paid.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's the only way I can do, like, we're in need for money,
Right. So I could make a $25 a month payment plan. And start.
Mhm.
And you can always pay more if you want to and are able. But we'll do a
Yes.
minimum to keep you out of trouble, to keep you from getting, a warrant.
Yes. I don't want that on my life right now.
Right. I don't either. And so I really, it's more paperwork for me and no benefit to me whatsoever. Mr. Rodriguez, can you come by the court and sign for your payment plan today?
I can be there as soon as I leave the job right here at Cracker Barrel. That's my second part-time job now. I think I leave around 3 o'clock. That's fine.
That'll be fine. Can you pay $25 today?
No, I won't be able to pay it till tomorrow.
Okay, but you'll sign up today and then it starts.
Oh, yeah.
And it starts tomorrow.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, we'll see you at about 3-ish, okay?
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Now, I kind of need to troubleshoot a little bit. Let's see. I did have on the phone someone who has not yet identified themselves, and the phone number is ending in 684. Can you tell me your name, please?
Amy Ortiz.
Yeah, are you on the telephone, Amy Ortiz?
Yes, I'm on the phone, and I also just logged into the tablet. Also, well, I cut the phone off, so now I'm on the Joy tablet too.
Okay, and what was the phone number that you were calling from?
254-304. I know the last is 684. I can't remember the whole thing.
Okay. All right. And what was your Amy Ortiz? Okay. I can order, you requested, you pled no contest, and I did receive that plea, and I am able to order community service in your case. And
I had
yes.
I had went over there this morning. I'm sorry, and I was trying to just go ahead and just pay if I can do like a payment plan, because it's just so much I have to work already. So I'll just probably just if I can do a payment plan, that'll probably be better for me.
Where are you working? Where are you working? Ms. Ortiz, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Where are you working?
I work at Stripes.
And what is your paycheck like? When you get paid, what does that paycheck look like?
I don't get that much, but I've been asking them if I can get more hours. I only like every month I get like $350, so it's not really that much. It's only part time I'm doing right now.
I know, but I'm trying to figure out when you're paid. What day of the month are you paid?
Oh, it's Thursdays, and I get
Okay,
paid every 2 weeks.
Every other Thursday?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it this Thursday or next Thursday?
This Thursday.
Okay, and so that's the 7th, and then the 21st. Do you
Yes,
want,
ma'am.
and you want to do payments instead of community service?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I can order that. What I would say is this Thursday on the 7th, can we start, and just every 2 weeks you're paying $13?
Yes, ma'am.
I need to get your signature on that. Can you come by today to do that signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so I'll leave that at the front desk for you, and we'll just get you signed up to do that. If you have trouble making payments, you do need to go ahead and come back by, and you know, we can adjust to community service.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you qualify for it, but you don't want it, and I'm not going to make you. But I do want to just caution you that if you run into trouble, please let us know so that we don't go to warrant, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. This club? Disconnect this phone number because I think it was Miss Ortiz. If it's not, please call back in. And Miss Club, good morning. You'll have to unmute so I can hear you, Miss Club.
Good morning.
Okay. And so I did receive your information, and I'm showing that, and you just had a baby, I guess, yes?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And there's a note here about going to rehab on Monday. Is that you or a family member?
I'm going to rehab on, I want to say tomorrow.
Okay. Where will you be going?
To Nexus in Dallas.
Okay. Sounds like a good idea. If you're at the rehab, probably it can count as your community service. They still you have to document your hours. I'll send you a form to document your hours with. That's one option. The other is when you get out of rehab to do the hours then. I think it'd be better if you did them at the rehab facility, assuming you're going there.
Hello.
Yes, hello. So I'm going to order. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Hold on. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's 14 hours of community service due December 7th.
How am I going to do that?
In your rehab facility.
I can't make payment plan.
What?
Can I do a payment plan? Because my rehab is only 28 days.
I can't hear you. Get closer to your mic and don't move your head when you talk.
My rehab is only 28 days. Can I do a payment?
Okay. How are you going to do that? You've told me you're unemployed and have no income.
I'm doing odd jobs like cleaning houses and helping people around their houses, and I get paid for that.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll order $25 a month, beginning a month from today. And I need your signature today. Can you come by the court and sign for your payment plan?
Do I have my first payment today?
You can make a payment today. I've ordered your first payment November 4th.
November 4th?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You need to come by the court now and sign for this, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.